It's NAMM season and we're welcoming the arrival of triplets. Let's check out the Orange Baby Portable Amp range. Any fans of Orange amps will be familiar with their small lunchbox style heads, which I think you've probably seen them on stages all across the world for many, many years. But the UK amp brand are back with this brand new line that they are calling the Baby line, or certainly just each one is a baby in itself. But there are 3 brand new amps in this portable and powerful line. I've got them all stacked up just on top of the Orange cab here. We have got the Dual Baby, the Tour Baby, and the Gain Baby. Each one of them are 100-watt solid-state amplifiers that, kind of spoiler alert, I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm really quite into these amps, to be fair, but they all sound absolutely massive, which you will agree with that sound that you just heard. So I'm going to go through each section of this video by talking about each amplifier. I'm going to start with the Tour, move on to the Gain, then I'm going to end with the Dual. So if you do want to see just one of those amps, double check the timeline below. You can skip to it, but let's just jump right in with the Tour Baby. Okay, so if we are to look very quickly at the layout of these amplifiers as well, the good thing about them is that they all kind of share that really easy to understand Orange configuration. If you've ever used an Orange amp before, you will know how easy they are to get a grips with and to get a good sound out of. The Tour Baby 100 here, so this is a 2-channel amp, like the other 2 as well. But this one is more of a clean and a distortion channel. You're probably looking at kind of a mid-range distortion with it, but it does have a couple of really cool features in it. But let's just kick off with a little bit of sounds here. This is just the clean channel of the Tour Baby here. I'm going to start it off just nice and bare, which is absolutely terrifying for me, and then I'm going to kick on a little bit of delay as well, just to give it a little bit of space. So that's the clean channel there. The kind of thing that I really like about, especially a lot of Orange cleans as well, is that there's not a lot of like actual controls for them. They kind of just keep them quite bare. Like the Rocker series particular, I think that one's just got a volume control in it just because the clean kind of just works on the guitar that you're using, which I think is really, really cool. But the main thing that I particularly like about this channel is that it's actually got an inbuilt compressor into it. So I had that kind of at probably about the kind of 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock mark there, but I'll turn it off. And the thing that you'll have to figure out with a lot of these amps as well is there's a bit of a balancing act between the clean channel compressor and the volume, and then the distortion channel gain and the volume. But this is just the channel without the compressor on here. So that's a really nice clean for like a pedal platform as well. That's one of the things that I really like about Orange amps, again, is just they provide a really, really good platform for pedals. So if you are to kick in any sort of distortion into that or anything, then you'll be totally grand. Now let's double check what the distortion channel is all about. If we're looking into the layout of this, really, really easy to get your head around as well. Gain, volume, 3-band EQ, presence control, and then this FS volume as well, which is actually quite a cool little add-on with this amp and the Gain Baby as well, because you can have a foot switchable extra volume, so solo boost, riff boost, whatever you want, you've got it just at your feet. But set the gain quite high on this here. EQ sitting all kind of in the middle as well, so let's see what we're getting out of this. Oh, that was perfect timing. I keep forgetting it every Thursday. As I was. So you're getting that proper classic kind of like bottom-endy, great sounding orange distortion out of that. But another thing that I particularly like about the gain channels here as well is the fact that you can roll that gain off a little bit, obviously balance it just with your volume ever so slightly, and you can get that kind of like edge of breakup sound, like really nice sort of rhythm tone, which, you know, it doesn't need to all be like in your face all the time. Like here's me, I've moved the gain just kind of like just below kind of halfway there. I'll play it on some humbuckers, I'll move to single coils just so you can hear the kind of dynamics in it as well. So loads of scope just in that really easy to use amp there as well. Other kind of key features I want to just talk about right now, so I don't need to mention them in the other amps too. There are buffered effects loops in each one of these. Obviously we've touched on the foot switchable options also, but there is also DIs out as well if you do want to load them into like an IR or an interface or anything like that. There's loads and loads of options just within this for recording it too. But let's jump to the Gain Baby. That's the next one we're going to do. Okay, looking at the Gain Baby here, I don't need to talk about the clean channel because it pretty much shares exactly what we're getting out of the Tour Baby as well, along with that compressor, which again, I think is just a great little addition for it. You don't need to use it, but it is there if you need it. What we're looking at with the gain channel here though is kind of the same layout as we had with the Tour Baby, with the addition of this tight switch, which essentially is going to give you a little bit more kind of high mids when you activate it. So What you're also getting with this is actually another stage of gain as well. Orange are calling this a 4-stage gain in this channel here. So we'll start off kind of halfway. I'll put it to the top and then we'll go back down and see if we can hear all of these 4 stages of gain. Well, that's the clean. I don't know about you, but like, see when an amp just kind of determines the way that you play, that's exactly what I'm kind of feeling with these. You know, you crank up that gain and I just want to dig in that little bit more, but then when you run it kind of a little bit lower, you can really kind of start to hear those dynamics kind of popping out a little bit, which certainly helps, you know, if you've got a guitar that's not the highest output in terms of your pickups, because it means that you can really dig in and the amp starts to really react with that. But I'm having tons of fun with this. I don't know if you could really tell, just because it's just filling the room. You know, it helps with that orange cab as well. The V30s, I'm sure, that are in there, they sound just absolutely superb with this. But the scope, and I say that quite a lot in these videos, the scope of like the gain and the sort of options you can get within that channel, I think are absolutely awesome. But you want some more gain? Let's jump to the Jewel Baby. So we're looking at the front of the Jewel Baby here. It doesn't share the same channel 1 as the previous 2 that I talked about, but what it does share is its channel 2 is exactly the same as the Gain Baby, what you just heard there, which sounds like this. All that full-bodied goodness there, as well as that tight switch, which we heard on the Gain Baby there. But what is different with this, as I mentioned, is its channel 1, which this has actually got, it's still got the kind of 4 stages of gain, but each channel can be a sort of like distortion channel, if you know what I mean. So down with the gain here, down with the gain, which I don't think anybody would ever say in a guitar store. But we keep the gain down here, balance it with your volume much the same as the other clean channels here. And then you have a nice kind of like pushed sort of clean sound if you want it. Now, before moving on to the levels of gain here as well, the switch that has been added to the channel A here is this little tubby switch, which it basically is just going to give you a lot more kind of low end, and it means that when you're on those kind of like, well, we'll actually move it down a little bit here, so that kind of lower gain level, because it's going to kind of like, it's going to fill out that sort of brittleness that you'll get with like a low drive. So we'll hear just as it is here. Hear that? It's just kind of, it's just not really kind of like, it's not shaking the room, but you switch that on and then. But obviously when you activate that when we're at those higher gains, which you can probably hear that just kind of starting to cook now, you're going to get obviously a lot more low end, and depending on the guitar actually, so if I'm using like a single coil guitar here as well, let's move to that and then you'll hear it properly in action here. Woo! Pushing a lot of low end there, but what I would see using this for is that channel 1, you know, let's set that to probably about here. Set this as like a proper kind of high gain as well, and channel 1 can be like your kind of edge of breakup sort of sound, as I mentioned, like. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed by the brand new Baby range, which is I don't think I'll call it that from now on, to be fair, but at the present moment in time, it feels right. But these amps are just so, I feel so kind of creative with them, that's the kind of main thing that I'm taking away from it, is just because there's a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a bad word, but solid state to a lot of sort of purist guitars are like, no, we just want valve, but I'm getting the same kind of vibe with this as I would get with like one of the orange rocker verbs or something like that. You know, they're just pushing loads of air. They feel great, super easy to use and inspiring. I mean, what else could you want from an amplifier? But let me know what you think about the brand new Baby range. It still feels weird to say. Down in the comments below. And while you're there, give us a like and a subscribe, because you can keep up with all the latest news at Guitar HQ. But until next time, I've been Kieran, and I've just been looking at the brand new orange Baby range. Have a great day.